Hello my loving students, welcome to your geography class. Today I am going to explain you about the southwest monsoon season, that is the rainy season, and the retreating of the monsoon season. Right? Okay, so wasting no time, let's get started. The rainy season in India starts with the onset of the southwest monsoon in June and lasts until September. So the rainy season that starts from June and that lasts till September in India. Temperature all over India begins to fall in the monsoon rainfall as the monsoon rainfall intensifies. So intensifies means as the intensity of the rainfall the intensity of the rainfall becomes high, right? The northwestern parts and the desert areas of Rajasthan still have temperatures reaching up to 40 degrees Celsius. So northwestern part and the Thar desert, this Rajasthan, part of this Rajasthan, that still have temperatures more than 40 degrees Celsius, because we know that the southwest direction, southwest monsoon season, when it strikes this Aravalli hill, it goes parallel to this Aravalli hill. Because of this reason, the this part of this area will have very low rainfall or no rainfall, right? That is why no rainfall, that means the temperature reaches up to 40 degree, right? So reaching up to 40 degree. Pressure and winds. The temperatures in northwestern plain are still very high, as a result of which low pressure conditions prevail there. So high temperature, that means low pressure. High temperature, low pressure prevails, right? Now by early June, the low pressure conditions are powerful enough to attract the trade winds of southern hemisphere. These southeast trade winds are of oceanic origin. Oceanic origin means these wind that originates from ocean. Coming from the Indian Ocean, they cross the equator and enter the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea as southwest monsoon. After crossing the equator, they are deflected towards the right due to Coriolis effect. Coriolis effect. After crossing the equator, they follow a southwesterly direction. This is why they are known as southwest monsoon. It is interesting to note that these monsoon winds follow a southwesterly direction throughout peninsular India, but their direction undergoes a change in Indo-Gangetic plain, where they move from east to west. The change in direction is due to relief features and thermal low pressure over northwest India. So I'll show you this wind direction through this map, which I have drawn on this board. So let me explain you about the Coriolis force. Coriolis force is an apparent force that exert, or that as a result of the Earth's rotation deflects moving objects to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. Clear? So that's the kind of force which deflects the direction, or which deflects the moving objects in towards the right in the northern hemisphere and towards left in the southern hemisphere, right? So that's the Coriolis effect or Coriolis force. Now because of that Coriolis force, the southwest monsoon direction, it goes like this over Arabian Sea, and the direction is like this towards over this Bay of Bengal, and when it enters here, it deflects like this from east to west. It deflects like this. Why? Because of the presence of relief feature, that means the greater Himalaya. This southwest monsoon wind direction, it gets deflected like this. Clear? Okay. So this is a very special feature of southwest monsoon direction. Now come to the rainfall. 3/4 of the total annual rainfall of India is received during this season. 3/4 of the rainfall, total annual rainfall, is received in this season. The progress of the monsoon winds beyond South Kerala is in the form of two branches. Number one, this branch is Arabian Sea Branch, and this is Bay of Bengal branch. So two branches are there. One is Arabian Sea Branch and another one is Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea Branch. So we'll talk about this one, Arabian Sea Branch. The Arabian Sea Branch of the southwest monsoon strikes the western coast. So I told you, windward side of Sahyadri receives. That means Sahyadri, this is the rain or windward side of Sahyadri which receives heavy rainfall as compared to this leeward side of leeward side. So, and this is your what? This is your western coastal plain, right? Crossing the ghats, they overrun. After crossing this western ghat, this is your western. After crossing this western ghat, they overran fair amount of rainfall in Madhya Pradesh and Deccan Plateau. So this is your Deccan Plateau, and here we have Madhya Pradesh. So fair amount means moderate amount of rainfall received by Madhya Pradesh and Deccan Plateau. Right now, thereafter they enter the Ganga plain and mingle with the Bay of Bengal branch. Now this Arabian branch is going to mingle with this Bay of Bengal branch, and afterwards they enter this Indo-Gangetic plain, right? Okay, now another part of Arabian Sea Branch strikes the Saurashtra Peninsula and the Kutch. Kutch is here. So they enter this branch enters here. Now it then passes over West Rajasthan and along the Aravalli. So this, when it enters this Bay of Bengal branch, when it enters here, it strikes here with the Aravalli range in Rajasthan, right? So Aravalli range causing only scanty rainfall. Scanty means very little rainfall, very less rainfall in Punjab and Haryana. It joins the Bay of Bengal branch. These two branches, reinforced by each other, cause rain in the western Himalayas. So two branches, this one Arabian Sea Branch and Bay of Bengal branch, when they get mingled, so because of these two branches reinforced by each other, cause heavy rain in the western Himalaya. So western Himalaya here, and that also cause rain in this Punjab and Haryana, right? Now the only thing is this Bay of Bengal branch, when it strikes here, Aravalli range or Aravalli hills, it goes parallel to this Aravalli range, right? So it goes parallel to Aravalli range. That means this is your Aravalli range, and this southwest monsoon branch, when it strikes Aravalli range here, it goes parallel like this, causing less or no rainfall here in this Thar desert, or towards the causing less rainfall in Rajasthan, part of Rajasthan. Okay, now next we have the Bay of Bengal branch. Let's talk about this. This branch is originally directed towards the coast of Myanmar and part of southeast Bangladesh, but the Arakan Yoma range along the coast of Myanmar is good enough to deflect a big chunk of this branch, enabling it to enter the Indian subcontinent. So Myanmar is here. So because of the presence of relief features, so here we have Myanmar. Because of the presence of relief features, this Bay of Bengal branch gets deflected and enable this Bay of Bengal branch to deflect towards India, right? Okay. The monsoon therefore enters Bengal and Bangladesh from south and southeast in a state of southwesterly direction. Thereafter, this branch splits into two under the influence of mighty Himalayas and the thermal low in the northwest India. So it gets deflected like this. One branch moves westward along the Ganga, reaching as far as Punjab plains. The amount of rainfall by Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon shows a declining trend as winds moves westwards. These get drier and drier as the distance from the sea increases. Due to this, Kolkata receives 119 centimeter, Patna receives 105 centimeter, Allahabad 91 centimeter, Lucknow 89, whereas Delhi with 51 centimeter of rainfall. So this I'll show you with this here by marking points or dots. So here we have Kolkata, West Bengal, Kolkata, then the distance, next we have Patna, then Allahabad we have here, and Lucknow, then we have Allahabad, then we have Lucknow, then we have Delhi here, somewhere here, right? Okay, now these five places marked here with dots. K, that stands for Kolkata, this P stands for Patna, A Allahabad, L stands for Lucknow, and D Delhi, right? So these are the placement of these places. Now the Bay of Bengal branch, the rainfall or the intensity of the rainfall which is coming from this Bay of Bengal, that shade maximum rainfall here, right? After that, Patna receives less rainfall as compared to Kolkata. Now when it reaches this Allahabad, the intensity of rainfall lowers, right? And again when it reaches this wind reaches Lucknow, again the Lucknow receives less rainfall than Allahabad. And when it enters Delhi, Delhi receives the least rainfall. The intensity of the rainfall becomes very low as compared to Lucknow, Allahabad, Patna and Kolkata. Clear? So Kolkata receives maximum rainfall, whereas Delhi receives least rainfall. So that shows the amount of rainfall of Bay of Bengal branch when it moves from this east to west, declining. It shows a declining trend as wind moves from east to westward. These or the rainfall gets drier and drier. The intensity will be decreased as it moves away from the influence of this water body. Clear? Okay. Now next, the amount of rainfall, that's done. The other branch moves up the Brahmaputra Valley in the north and northeast, causing widespread rains in the northeastern India. Its sub-branch strikes the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills of Meghalaya. Monsoon, located on the crest of southern range of Khasi hills, received the highest average annual rainfall in India. Cherrapunji, located at 16 km east of Monsoon, holds earlier rainfall records. Another branch which moves like this from Bay of Bengal, it moves here northward and north direction and northeastern direction, which brings maximum rainfall towards this Garo and Khasi hills, right? Which is of Meghalaya, Garo and Khasi hills of Meghalaya, which are present here in Meghalaya. So maximum rainfall here by other branch of that Bay of Bengal. And this is your Brahmaputra Valley. Here we have Brahmaputra River. So these are the valleys made by Brahmaputra River. So maximum rainfall here in Brahmaputra Valley by this branch. Now Mysore, which is located at the crest of the southern range of Khasi Hill, receives highest rainfall. The annual rainfall in India. And Cherrapunji, located 16 kilometer east of Mysore, holds earlier rainfall records. Next topic, we have the season of retreating monsoon. The months of October and November are known as the season of retreating monsoon. During this season, the temperature in the northern plains begins to decrease because sun rays no longer fall directly at the Tropic of Cancer. This is the reason why during this months, October and November, there is low temperature, less temperature, right? The low pressure trough becomes weaker and is no longer strong enough to attract the monsoon winds. This results in the retreat of monsoon. So retreat of monsoon means it's a withdrawal of monsoon wind. So here in the previous class also and earlier also I told you about the southwest monsoon season direction, that is like this, right? Now let's talk about the retreating monsoon. So retreating monsoon, that's a withdrawal of monsoon. So withdrawal of monsoon, the wind direction is like this. Withdrawal of monsoon. Temperature. The retreat of the monsoon is marked by clear skies. These are the characteristics. In this season, there is clear sky and rise in temperature. During this period, humidity is very high, right? So, so what is humidity? Why humidity is very high? Because of intense heat and rainfall also occurs. That is why there is high humidity in this season. Due to high temperature and humidity, the weather becomes very oppressive. This is commonly known as October heat. So this heat generally prevails in the October month. That is why this heat, harsh heat, is known as October heat. In the second half of October, the mercury begins to fall rapidly, particularly in northern India, and afterwards the temperature that tends to fall down. Pressure and winds. As the monsoon retreats, the elongated trough of low pressure, which once prevailed over northwestern India, gets transferred to the center of Bay of Bengal by early November. This is the season when southwest monsoons give place to the northeast monsoon. Cyclones. The period is associated with the occurrence of cyclonic depressions which originate over the Andaman Sea. So we have Andaman Sea here. This is your Andaman Nicobar Island, and we have Andaman Sea here, right? So this is your Andaman Nicobar Island and Andaman Sea. So cyclonic depression that occurs in this over this Andaman Sea. The areas most vulnerable to these storms include the coastal belts of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Bangladesh. So these are the name of the states: Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and your Bangladesh is affected by this cyclone, right? Now let's talk about the precipitation. So precipitation, that is rainfall, the intensity of the rainfall during the season of retreating monsoon. Most parts of India remain dry during this season. That means during October to November. Only Kerala, Tamil Nadu and adjoining areas of Andhra Pradesh receives rainfall. The northeast monsoon absorbs moisture while passing over the Bay of Bengal and causes rainfall in the southeastern coast of India. Most of the parts of India remains dry during this period, during this season. Only the Tamil Nadu coast or southeastern coast is receives heavy rainfall. This coast receives heavy rainfall, right? So this retreating monsoon, this takes moisture from this Bay of Bengal, and because of this eastern presence of this eastern Ghat, this branch shed most of the rainfall here in Tamil Nadu coast. So we can say Tamil Nadu coast or southeastern coast receives maximum rainfall in this season of retreating monsoon, right? Okay. Now we have the differentiate between temperate cyclones and tropical cyclones. The origin and influence of these cyclones is in the temperature zone, due to which they are known as temperate cyclones, whereas tropical cyclones originate and travel in the tropical zones and are known as tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones originate in the tropical zone, that is why it is known as tropical cyclone, whereas temperate cyclone that originates and influence their influence in temperate zone, that is known as temperate cyclone. In temperate cyclone, the wind velocity is very low, whereas in tropical cyclone, the wind velocity is very high speed. Temperate cyclones are more active in winter season, whereas tropical cyclones are active in summer season. Clear? Okay. Western disturbances which cause rainfall in Punjab, Haryana, etc. are the examples of temperate cyclones, whereas cyclones originating in Bay of Bengal and affecting Odisha, Andhra Pradesh during the months of June, July are examples of tropical cyclones. I guess you got the name of those cyclones which recently hit our Indian coast. So Taute cyclone, which hit the coastal area of Mumbai, Gujarat, and this area, and the Yas cyclone, which hit the this coast, Kolkata and Bangladesh, right, and some part of Odisha also. So Yas and Taute, these are the tropical cyclones that occurs during the months of June and July, right? So tropical cyclones like Taute and Yas are those tropical cyclones which are originating in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. And every year these cyclones hit the Indian coast. Clear, children? Okay. So children, that's all for the day. Before winding up this class, let me tell you one important thing, that from 13th of June your summer vacation commences, and summer vacation, summer break, that doesn't mean you are wasting your time or you are killing your time like this only, right? So those who have submitted their assignments, home assignments, they are supposed to revise their work, they are supposed to learn the chapters, and those students who haven't submitted their home assignments, and who have not started their work, they are supposed to start their work, they are supposed to complete their work, and please do send those work to the concerned teachers. Your result might get affected if you are irresponsible, irregular, and indisciplined. So be regular and be responsive. Right, children? Okay, that's all for the day. Soon we'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.